Heads up, if you're taking the LSAT in October, November, or really any time at all, don't click this button. The one that says Macos Sonoma update now. Don't do it. Because it turns out that according to LSAC and Prometric systems are not compatible yet with Sonoma. So until we get an official confirmation, you have to stay on macOS Ventura. Now, you do need to be updated to the latest Ventura, so if you're on the update screen, first, do not click this, but scroll down below this update, and I've already done it, but you will see an update down here that says Update Ventura. You can do that to update to the latest Ventura, and you'll be set. Do not upgrade to Sonoma until there is an official confirmation that it's compatible. So, what is going on here, and what do you do if you already updated to Sonoma? So, today on Reddit, we saw a post from this user, Aishwin, that Prometric is not compatible with macOS Sonoma. LSAC has confirmed this officially in an email. You can see a screenshot here from this other Reddit user, that the ProProctor software is not compatible. This is kind of a silly situation because there was no warning until just now, and lots of people have already updated to Sonoma. The good news is there is a way to fix this without throwing your computer in the garbage and buying a new one. The bad news is it'll probably take at least a half day of fiddling, and you may have to call your computer nerdiest friend. But there are at least 3 ways that you can do it. So we're going to cover those now. And I also covered those in this blog post, which I will link in the notes of the YouTube video. So the first one, borrow someone's computer. Just about any computer will do. A Windows computer works. Check the Windows compatibility. Or any computer running Ventura works. Obviously not everyone has this option, so I'm going to cover other options if this doesn't cover you, but for the largest number of people in this situation, maybe someone in your family or friend has a spare laptop. Just please make sure to test the laptop with the Prometric compatibility software and with Lawhub first. Make sure everything works if it's not your machine. But this is the simplest option. The second option is run Boot Camp on an Intel Mac. What's Boot Camp? Boot Camp is Apple's official way to install Windows on your Mac and use that. So you can run into Boot Camp and use that to take Prometric. So what's an Intel Mac and how do you tell if you have one? Intel was like the old processor. The new processors are Apple Silicon. They're like M1, M2. So just click on this little Apple logo. Click on About This Mac. You can see I've got an Intel. Here in processor, it'll say Intel something something. If yours says M1, Apple Silicon, you don't have an Intel, then you can't do this. But if you have any Intel, you can do it. So all you have to do, and I've done this before, it took about half a day. It's a little fiddly, but it's doable. Just follow this guide to install Boot Camp. Here's the requirements. You need 64 gigabytes of storage space. You probably need an external flash drive to install Windows. They've got some exception here. You need to get a copy of Windows where you can download it and just follow the instructions. It's pretty straightforward. Then you can just boot your computer into Windows. So this is a pretty straightforward solution. You shouldn't have to buy anything, and it'll work. Again, test the Prometric software. So you just search ProProctor software test. You got system requirements here. You have to see which Ventura you're on. But okay, this is not actually the link, but I'll put the link in the notes of how you test it. There is a testing software. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The third option, if you can't install Boot Camp either because you don't have an Intel Mac or you just can't figure it out, is you can boot macOS from an external drive. So this does require you to buy something. If you're in the United States, the option I recommend is a Samsung SSD T7 portable external. So this is a super fast drive. I have some myself. They're very reliable. And you can get it for $79 for 1 terabyte. The 500 gigabyte is $69. And you know, if you're wanting to use this for the long term, it's a really good device. Then you could get the 2 terabyte. That's the best long term thing. But I'm pretty sure you only need 1 terabyte or even 500 gigs for this purpose. And what you do is you follow this guide to format your external drive as a bootable disk. So again, you may need to get your nerdiest friend to do this, but I'm going to show you roughly the steps. So you open up something called disk utility on your Mac. If you just here to Spotlight, type disk utility, you can get there. You'll see the SSDs in the sidebar, and you go erase. And following this guide, click erase, GUID partition map. Okay, see, I'm already lost. Let's see here. There we go. So you want to click on like the top one, erase, and I'm not going to do this to my own device, but GUID partition map, top of the hierarchy, format it as AFPS. So right here, don't do the encrypted ones, that'll just complicate your life. Then you click this big erase button. Again, I'm not going to do that because that'll erase all my data, but you click this big erase button. It's going to make a blank drive. Then you enter Macintosh HD as the name, click erase, click done. Then you just have to download macOS so that you can install it. So you go to the App Store, you type in Ventura, and you will still see macOS Ventura here. Click on that, click get. This will download Ventura. You'll need 12 gigabytes of hard drive space on your computer. And then going here, and here's the compatibility with Ventura. You click on it, click on show all. So you click on the installer when it downloads, click show all disks, select the external SSD, move to there. You can use Migration Assistant to copy your files from the disk or from a Time Machine backup. When your Mac restarts to the external SSD, follow the prompts, and then once you're done, click Startup Disk. So go to the Apple, go to System Settings, then General, then Startup Disk, and then click on this. Now I don't have another startup disk, but you would select the external drive there, and then you can restart. And when you restart the machine in Ventura, just make sure you're there. So you click on About This Mac, and you should see macOS. You should see macOS Ventura. That's how you know you did it right. Then just run the ProParker test, go on Lawhub, check that everything works. But this should make it work, and it'll only cost $79 and a bit of tech fiddling, and there's a really straightforward guide here. I know you can do this. This is a lot simpler than buying a new computer or waiting months and deferring your LSAT to wait for Prometric to do it. It is frankly unacceptable that you need to do any of this, but there is a way out that doesn't break the bank. And if you can't afford the $79, maybe you've got a friend that has a compatible disk drive you can borrow for like a month. And it doesn't have to be top of the line. Like, any boot disk should work. Please let me know if you have any questions about doing all this. You can find lots of guides online, but you can get it done. So this is how you fix things if you already upgraded to Macos Sonoma and you need to take the LSAT. If you haven't upgraded, do not do it yet. Wait for official confirmation. Good luck. You can still take the LSAT. It'll be all right.